Hello and welcome to another video, or if you guys are new here, which I know there's quite a few of you guys, welcome. My name is Jemmy. To start off this video, I want to give a huge thank you to Digital Emmy 505. I think that's how you pronounce your username. If I pronounced it wrong, I do apologize. But I wanted to give her a huge thank you is because she recently gave me a shout out on her channel, and I'm just so grateful and thankful that she did. She didn't have to, but she chose to, and that is so sweet of her and just so kind. And I just want to express my gratitude, my appreciation, and as well as my thankfulness for her to do that. It's just so sweet of her. And I also want to thank the people who did come from her channel and subscribe to mine. I appreciate you sticking around and watching my content. I appreciate it so much, and thank you. And for those who didn't come from her channel and are interested in checking her out, I'll leave a link to her channel in the description for you guys to go over there. So I'm making this video is because I also want to kind of clear up some confusion that may happen. So a lot of people who recently follow me, I know you guys followed me for my bookish content, and I want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing bookish content in the near future, but I currently have a lot of backlog videos that I need to edit and I'm kind of behind on, so those are going to be what's going to be uploaded after this video. So I understand sometimes when you're following a certain YouTuber and it's for a certain content and suddenly they change it up, it can be jarring. So I wanted to clear that up and clear any confusion that they may have early on. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around after those uploads and wait for my bookish content because I have a lot more coming. I also wanted to let you guys know that I did create a separate Instagram for just my bookish content because I know that there are a few people who are very particular about how their algorithm and feed are. So I wanted to just make one separate one for my bookish content for those to follow and just have bookish related things. And for those who are interested in my personal day-to-day life and just doesn't really care about their Instagram feed and just are interested in what I'm doing, kind of my life, I have a personal one for you guys to follow. So there's the two Instagram. If you guys are interested in following, feel free. But yeah, I pretty much kind of wanted to talk to you guys and update you guys on that for all my new and older subscribers to kind of let you guys know moving forward what my content's going to be like and what I'm planning on uploading. And for the next few weeks, I may increase my upload to 2 times a week, but not sure yet because I need to see what my schedule is like, so that way I can get out the older content that I had filmed to be uploaded and then switch back to maybe once a week. But we will see. I am not too sure what I'm planning on doing, but that is kind of like my general outline. Like I said, I have to kind of look through my work schedule and all that to kind of figure that out. But yeah, so that is the update I wanted to give you guys and kind of what my channel is going to be doing moving forward. So now I'm going to include a vlog portion to this video because I can never do a standalone video. I just am a bit of a talker, so I have to do a vlog as well. And also, I'm currently in the middle of a book that I want to talk about, which is why I want to do a vlog. So the book I'm currently reading right now is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is the second book to the Diviner series, and I have a lot of thoughts. So when I read the Diviners, I really enjoyed it, and I was so sucked into it. The first half of the book was kind of boring because it was like a lot of like laying out kind of like what's going on, kind of like background stuff, so I get that. So I was having high hopes when I jumped into this book, and I will tell you this. The only reason why I am continuing to read this is because I want to know about Henry and Ling's storyline. I am so intrigued. So I originally read this book through audio. However, the audiobook had some singing portions in it and it's kind of cringy and I wasn't the biggest fan. So I switched to physically reading this, and it's just, there is some dialogues in here that is a bit confusing, and as well as like there are some POVs that suddenly switches in the middle of a chapter and it gets super confusing. So I think I'm going to like kind of do audiobook, kind of physically read at the same time. I think that's what I'm going to do because there's just so many POVs in the storyline that it gets a bit confusing because there's so many names and I literally have to like jot them down in my little notebook because I just am having a hard time, and I really need to put it in my book journal because that's the best place to put it. So I'm going to do that instead of using this because yeah, I leave this everywhere and I keep searching for it. So my book journal is a little bit easier to find. So I might just do that. But that's currently my thoughts so far. This right now is leaning more towards of a 3-star because of how boring it feels to me, because I could care less for any of the other characters that are in the story. There are some that I was kind of like shocked about that had happened, and then it kind of got boring again. So I'm hoping that it'll pick up because I'm more closer towards the end. I'm about 400 42 pages in. So I'm about 70% way through this book. So we will see. I will let you guys know because I'm going to continue reading and I'll update you guys on how I feel about the book. So, yeah. Alrighty, so I wanted to give you guys a quick reading update. So I was actually rendering a video, so I couldn't really do much at my desk. So I went outside to read a little bit while my husband plays his video game. He was playing Persona. And while he was playing, I ended up finishing Layer of Dreams by Lippa Bray. And I'm going to be giving this book a 3-star. I enjoyed it. I liked the ending, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next 2 books. But I will have to say, this book definitely has second book syndrome. It wasn't as good as the first one. I think there was a lot of extra point of views that were not needed. And I'm gonna be real honest, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but this book theme should really be love makes you do stupid things, to be honest. Because every page, every corner I turn in this book, someone is doing something so stupid that could have just been avoided if they had A, sat down and talked about it, or B, actually thought about it. But because they were just so in love and so desperate for it that they just ignored everything, and it bothered the hell out of me. And I get it, love does make you do stupid things, but just the amount of times and the amount of characters that does so many stupid things because of love is just irritating. So that was one of my biggest problems in this. And then another problem that I think I mentioned, there was too many point of views. It got too confusing, and I personally think some of those point of views could have been taken out or left out. Maybe I won't think that later on if I read the other 2 books, but personally I just feel like there were so many point of views that weren't really necessary, and it just felt that it was there to just make the book longer, because honestly the book was so long. It took me, I want to say 4 days to read. So yeah, but I still want to continue on with the series because it is a good series. I am enjoying the storyline. I like where it's going. I just felt that there was just so much extra stuff in this that wasn't necessary. It was like a lot of filler and fluff, and also there was too much drama in this story. Like, I like drama in books, trust me, I do, but there was just too much, and I felt like it took away from the storyline because it was just the forefront of the story towards the middle that it just got so boring. And I just wished that everyone can just communicate, everyone can just talk, because all of this could be avoided if they just kind of be like adults and talk about it. So yeah, so that is my opinion. I am now going to find my next read. I don't know what that's going to be, but for now I am going to hang out and chill with my husband and pick out my next read. So yeah, so I've picked out my next read, and I've actually already started it, and that is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book to the Raven Cycle series, and I brought this book with me to the gym because I was going to be walking on the treadmill for about an hour, and since I'm going at a slow speed, I'm able to read while I am walking. And I didn't realize that this was actually dealing with dream and somewhat dream walking, I guess you can say. So I don't know if I want to continue reading this story just yet. I might put it down and pick up a different book, because I just read a book that is over 600 pages dealing with dreams and dream walking that I don't know if I want to read another 300 pages of a completely different book also talking about dreams. So yeah, but since I already brought this book with me to the gym, I didn't bring any other book. I just kept reading on, and I'm about 106 pages in, so I'm about 10% through the book. So it's just like, should I just continue on, or should I pick up another book? And if I do pick up another book, I do have a book in mind, and that is Serpent and Dove by Shelby. I'm not going to even try to attempt to pronounce her last name. That is her last name. I am going to butcher it. I know that for sure. I'm really bad with names. But this one, I've heard so many good things about Serpent and Dove and the series in general, so I wanted to read it. So I checked it out from my library, and so I have a copy, and I might pick up this book instead if I am not in the mood to read this one. But I most likely am just going to continue on reading this, considering I'm about 106 pages in. So that's already pretty far into the book to just stop it. Like, I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I want to read another story about dreams, because low-key I'm kind of sick of it, and I don't want that to ruin my experience for the book. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but that is my reading update. I am gonna go with my husband to run some errands, so I don't know if I'm gonna get any more reading done today, so I will catch up with you later. If I do read some more, I'll let you know, but if I don't, I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, so it's been a few days since I've updated you guys. I did want to let you guys know that I am still reading The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, and I am currently enjoying it. I did have to put the book down for a day. It was definitely jarring when I jumped into this right away, and things were already happening. It was like everything was just thrown at you, and I was just so overwhelmed that I was like, I need to put the book down because so much is happening right now that I just need to let my brain process what is going on. So that's exactly what I did, and I'm definitely enjoying this way much more than I thought I was going to. I love the mystery that's in here, trying to figure out what is going on, what is happening, and just everything, and as well as just like these names that are being thrown at you that hasn't been thrown at you, and you're just trying to figure it out alongside with the group that's in here. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I am enjoying this way much more than Lair of Dreams, and I think it's because this is such a fast-paced book and there's so much going on that it's keeping my interest. So I think that's the reason why I'm enjoying this so much. So yeah, that's pretty much my thought. I am leading more of a 4.5 star right now. I am currently enjoying it. I am about halfway through. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yeah, I'm already halfway through this and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to finish it by the end of this week because it's been quite a busy week, but I am enjoying it so far. So yeah. Alrighty, so it is around 11:40. I am super tired, but I wanted to give you guys a reading update. So I finished The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater and I enjoyed it. So I only had about 150 pages left, so that's the reason why I decided to stay up and just finish the book. Even though I know I have to wake up at 5 in the morning, I just couldn't put it down. I had to finish it. The ending was so action-packed. I had such a good time reading it, and the story was amazing. I really did enjoy this book very much. I was so engaged and I just couldn't put it down. Like, I wanted to keep picking it back up and keep reading it. It was so good. Though, as mentioned, I did have issues with kind of the characters and how many there were. I got so confused. I literally had to make a character map and kind of keep track of who everyone was. And yes, if you saw that, I did spell character wrong. I was super tired. Please do not judge me. But yeah, after I did that, it kind of did help a little bit. I also didn't like the fact that the guys in the story kind of was very selfish. What I meant by that is like they kept thinking that they had to do everything on their own when literally they had a whole group of friends that they could have relied on. But the whole time they're like, I need to do this on my own. It's on me. I need to do it by myself. And I was just like, okay, but you guys call each other best friends, but you can't rely on each other. But at the same time, I think it kind of stems from what happened in the first book and everything that had happened that kind of put a little rift in their friendship. But yeah, I just didn't like that, especially since it's like you have a whole group of friends that you could have just relied on, but all y'all were just wanting to do things on your own and just kind of not tell each other things. It just didn't make sense to me. And also, I feel like there's a hint of some LGBTQ vibes from this. Not too sure. I haven't heard or know of that at all. Like, I don't remember hearing that there might be that in this series. From what I've seen or heard of people talk about this, maybe I just missed it. I don't know, but I kind of get a little vibe of that here in this book, but I'm not too sure. I'm getting the vibes, I'm getting some hints, but I'm not 100% sure, and I'm kind of excited to see where that goes, and I hope there is, because yeah, Anyways, that's my thought on this. I am definitely going to give it a 4.5 stars because I enjoyed everything besides that little portion of the story. But yeah, I just really love this book, and I will talk to you guys more about the next read I'm going to read tomorrow because I need to go to bed. I'm super tired. Alrighty, so it is close to 8:30 and I finally have the time to sit down and update you guys on my next read. And my next read is going to be The Phone Book at the Edge of the World. This book actually is following a real tragic event that happened in Japan, and that was the tsunami that hit Japan in 2011. So the story is based off of that, and it is about a woman whose name is Yui. She lost her mother and daughter in that tsunami, and she has to learn how to deal with the loss of them both. Then one day at work, she hears on the radio about this particular phone booth that resides in a town that the tsunami had hit the worst, and that this phone book has the ability for you to dial a past dead loved one and speak to them again. So she decided for herself and to help her deal with the grief that she was going to make the trek herself to visit this phone book in order for her to connect to her dead loved ones and to help her deal with her loss. And she ends up meeting a gentleman along the way. I feel like this story is definitely going to be very heartbreaking, but a valuable read, especially to learn about grief and dealing with the fear of losing someone and dealing with all that. And I feel like this is a perfect time to read this book in my life because this year I had lost a parent myself, so I feel like I will connect with the character in that sense because she lost her mom. And I feel that this book is definitely going to be a beautiful read, and I wanted to read a hard-hitting book, and I feel like this one is definitely going to be that. And so I am really excited to jump into this and start reading it. I know that's really weird to say considering how tragic this sounds, but I have seen the reviews and just all the beautiful accolades that are on here and what the people were saying about this book. It just seems like it's going to be a very good read, so I'm super excited for it. Alrighty, so it's Saturday. It is currently 9:10. My husband and I are going to head out to a coffee shop, but I wanted to give you guys an update since I haven't updated you guys in the past few days, and I actually have not started The Phone Booth at the Edge of the World. I have been meaning to read this, but I have been doing a lot of content, so I have been filming a lot of Instagram content and as well as editing my other content that I have, so I just haven't had the time for the past 2 days to read, so I most likely will not get into this book this week, but it is going to be my next read for probably next week. But I am going to focus for the rest of this week on doing content and editing content. I actually have a lot of mess around me due to the fact that I was filming content, so yeah. But with that, I'm actually going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have read any of the books that I read in this vlog today, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.